What's up, YouTube? This is Scott1 here again with yet another album review. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get like 4 album reviews in here today. I already did one. You saw the Goat Whore one, and this is another favorite band of mine, another mainstream band. The last 2 reviews that I'm gonna do on here are gonna be for some really relatively unknown bands. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this started. This is probably one of my favorite musicians of all time. I really champion this guy's work. Been a fan of his since as long as I can remember. But yeah, I won't go into that. If you have any history with my channel in particular, you know I've reviewed this guy's entire discography, all 3 bands he's been in. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get it started. Danzig, Black, Laden, Crown. Man, what can I say about this besides the fact that this is the most disappointing fucking record I've heard all year. Um, Honestly, I had really high hopes for this album, being the fact that, 2010's Death Red Sabbath, which was his last actual original studio album. I don't really count Skeletons. I don't even have that one in my collection because it's so fucking awful. Um, but yeah, I had high hopes for this. This came out, I believe, back in June or July, one of the two. Funny story. When I pre-ordered this, the guy who I pre-ordered this from basically didn't give me my shit on time. I ended up getting 2 copies of the record, so I gave one to a friend, and my friend was like, "Why did you do this to me?" Yeah, man, this album is, I mean, it's not awful, it's not unlistenable, but yet at the same time, it's right up there with, I think, the worst stuff in his career. Um, it's better than, what was that album? Black Acid Devil, his whole industrial thing. But man, that's not fucking saying much. It don't take much to get better than that record. This is honestly the second worst album that he's done. I mean, all the songs are interchangeable. They all sound the same almost. Glenn's vocals have definitely deteriorated quite a bit. My main complaint I think I would have with this record is being the fact that Glenn is behind the boards, and you could tell because his vocals are so far up ahead in the mix that it just drowns out the rest of everything. I mean, the guitars sound muted come over the vocals. The drum performance is just, it's a good drum performance, but you can't hardly fucking hear it because it's drowned out by Glenn's vocals. Man, I would go into some tracks, but man, like I said, they're all interchangeable. If I had to pick any highlights on here, and it's none of them that are like, the singles, like I guess which are the 2 singles, Devil on Highway 9 and Last Ride. They're okay. It's mediocre, but The Witching Hour, definitely the only redeemable, awesome track on this album in my opinion. And it's kind of cliche and kind of cheeseball and just kind of, I don't know, man. I really, really wanted to love this record. I wanted to love this album because I love everything Glenn's done. But this might be the final. This should be the wake up call that he needs to change the formula and get back out from behind the fucking producer's chair. Because, yeah, Glenn, you are the focal point of this band, but yet at the same time, man, let someone else do it that can do it better, because your production skills fucking eat a dick, dude. You're just bad at producing records, man. Just accept the fact that you can write good songs, and your pipes, his voice is aging, not for the better, but yet again, if it was done right, if the vocals weren't so high in the mix, this would be a much, much better album. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and score this beast, this almost abortion of an album. And for fanboys' sake, I'm probably going to give this a higher score than I fucking should. But I'm going to go ahead and just give this a middle of the road 3 out of 5. Honestly, this is forgettable. Like, I've spun this thing a good 8 times and still can't fucking get into it. And For me, usually after I spin an album like 5 or 6 times, I'm into it regardless of how good it is. But yet at the same time, man, I just, with all continual spins, I nitpick more and more and more, which is not a good thing, especially for this record. So honestly, this is one that only the hardcore should pick up, man. I wouldn't recommend this really to anybody. Only unless you're a hardcore fan of Glenn and his entire catalog. You could skip this and fucking, you're not missing nothing. But yeah, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just being a little too harsh, but I don't think so. This is dated as shit. This don't sound good at all. Death Red Sabbath Oath, man, was probably the last really good, really good album that Glenn did, and it's going to be hard to top that. 3 out of 5. Forget about it. Who cares? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this review because I've talked about that album more than I even wanted to. Go ahead and let me know what you think, though. Hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here with the channel. If not, you know, like I said, there's other YouTubers. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. See you in the next vid.